Hey guys, so I'm just gonna go over this flatlining behavior here for searching sparks and probably go over just a lot of anxiety of what should I do and yeah, should I sell? And it's kind of depends on your exact position, but um, for a lot of newer people out there, they probably aren't really sure what to do. Like some people have already sold, and there's a bunch of people sold in like down here, and they're like, well, it's like 200, 250 now, and kept if you were selling like, up until it got to like 195, that's when everything looked really really good. It's just looked straight up, and after that, it just switched to like pretty mellow, and that happened on November 17th. That happened over a month ago. For the last month, certain spice has been pretty slow. It hasn't really gone down, but it's just been really really slow. And I'm gonna go over that. I made a video on Surging Sparks effect, where it basically says that it's kind of okay, and because we're kind of a new era where there's Reprint shippers, and at a minimum they're going to need boxes. And I did the math, and like Surging Sparks booster boxes are still kind of the cheapest price per pack, and they are the most. They're like more sought in general. Like people like them. So if they're the most affordable option, then they're going to continue to like be bought out. And so one of the nice things to know is like the quantity is still relatively high. We did take a kind of a hit, so like there was a bunch of like more buying over the holidays, so more normal numbers, um, like around pre-release, like after release, it was like the 400s, and this is like every 3 days, by the way. So like 400, you get to 300, you get like 200, and then like 150. You go back at the spike near Thanksgiving, and we go back to like 300 territory, and now we're kind of back to like 240, like 180, 150 once. So it's been like the last ever since the 17th, which is like 10 days ago. It's been like in the 180, like 160 mark, which is like that's every 3 days. That's like let's just say 50, 60 boxes a day compared to like 100 a day. So like it's a significant jump. You can see like the decrease, and I'm just I just like to look at data like this current quality. Like surgery sparks there was less of it, but there's still enough of it because the current quantity on the market is like 389. And so even though like there's two things this year, so we are seeing it pick a little back up in a sense where okay, it's still kind of going up because I can still kind of see data for 217 pretty recently. And that data is not going to be updated in TCG Player Graph. But before that, like on the 26th, like today's the 27th, like there wasn't really much there. There was some 215s, and it was kind of hovering around 215 for a while. But now we're breaking to possibly 217, like literally today. So it might be okay. And then there's this one seller who's talking about the seals broken. He put a bunch of listings. Um, but after that, it's just a bunch of 217s. Um, So yeah, we might be hitting 217s after I upload this video. It's just that's kind of what everyone sees. Like even if it's slower, they want to see the increase. Like they want to see 217, then 219, 220. Um, and yeah, there's just a lot of sellers around that area around the 220. I'm not really looking at the quantities as much, but yeah, there's just a lot of people selling around that price. So it's gonna be seems like it's gonna be slow, but at least it's nice to see it go up. Um, but the main thing on everyone's mind is kind of reprints, and also like I don't really know the details about this, but like there's like tax behavior at the end of the year. Like people will buy or sell things in order to make their taxes better. So sometimes there's different behavior in January. People still think like 2025 is gonna be a good year. But the main thing about searching sparks, like everyone's just like kind of dragging the reprint because like it's still going up. Reprint shippers will still need it. How people are like, should I sell? And yeah, people will tell you don't want to time the top. That is general advice. Like it'd be really nice if we get the top, but honestly, like if you could sell a box, if you have a box that's market price 217, and you can sell it for around 200, maybe 180, it might be worth it because when there's a reprint and if it's big enough, like no one really knows the scale of it, but like people do expect it to drop to like maybe it could be like it's like 100s. It could be like it could have like barely any effects because there's so little. It could be 180. If there's more, it would be like 140, 160. And then some people like talk about like 100s. I don't think it's gonna go 100. I say it's gonna be at least probably like 120 to 150. That's kind of my guess. But it really kind of depends on how it goes. But yeah, I'd like to look at the data on this. So like without a reprint, there's all that stuff happening. Um, when I look at the prices of like other products people typically buy, so the Pro Concert ETB is still it kind of flatlined a little bit, but um, it's still kind of doing the same sort of flatline behavior. And then Surging Sparks ETBs kind of has been really bottoming out around $70, which isn't that surprising because the promo cards isn't that great and ETBs are not really that sought after in general, and they're pretty expensive. Um, and then I think booster bundles like they're like kind of flatline but going up ish. That they booster bundles are just more desirable. Um, and then the packs, single packs, they're kind of, like they're all exhibiting kind of similar behavior, but the packs are actually going up. Um, and then the cases, I feel like people don't really talk about the cases as much, but they are cheaper. Because it's like $205 a box, a little more than 205 like before taxes. Um, so and then the cases you can still generally get that price. Like they're not being bought in mass quantity. I'm guessing the streamers are kind of buying this. And for their streams. So yeah, that's what I would do. It's cheaper than buying single booster boxes. Um, and then if I look at the data at a glance, the prices are kind of they seem about the same, but like I don't always track single prices. So I just was gonna look at the the actual price graphs. Yeah, so the Pikachu, like what cards are in danger, and so this can affect people's perceptions. Pikachu's been kind of like normal. The high was like 576, and but it's been around like just under $500 for a while. Um, and seems like some are sold every day. And Latias seems to be doing better. Like it had that that big rise, and now it's like kind of going back up. Some cards are dropping. This Pikachu started to drop off a little bit. There was that big thing. I think it's when everyone was like, "Oh, the gold Pikachu's hard to pull." Now it's going back down. Some people just like the gold cards. I'm not really the biggest fan of them, but people do like them. Melodic, it's going down. Similar kind of pattern. I'm a little surprised. I do like this card. Um, Hydreigon's going up. Like it's going above its or around its previous high. So this is something to watch out for. I'm not fully a big fan of this art, but it is going up. But there's not that many sold, so take that into account. Sekitor has that down pattern. Um, this one I'm not that surprised. The waifu cards are usually they kind of drop in value more over time, so it's just been kind of a straight drop for Lycia. Um, so yeah, Jasmine had a little big thing up, but now it's kind of going back down. But yeah. So yeah, I don't usually recommend investing. And then this Latias, I'm a little surprised, but it's just going straight down. These could be opportunities to buy, but yeah, like seems like the Pikachu and the Latias, maybe the Hydreigon are safer bets, and maybe the top ones. Um, all right, some other factors. So what people don't always think about with prices of like things is that like it's kind of where the money flows and money goes over time. So obviously, when Surgery Express is the latest set, like all the money is kind of going into it. It's very hyped. The price is going up all the time. Like it's gonna be a lot of money. But like it has been about almost 2 months, like 1.5 months. Prismatic is kind of around the corner. It's causing all this hype. We had Terrestrial there. Like Pokemon is literally bombarding us with sets, and people don't always think about the business side of things. So when like like Pokemon has distributors which sell to like local game stores. Like they have people who sell to like Target or Walmart or whatever, but we'll ignore those for a sec. But a lot of these sellers are like people who get cards from distributors. Like they buy wholesale, whatever that price is, which varies, and they sell to us. Um, and then they have to run their own business model. And a lot of times, it's a pretty thin margin, like not a lot of cash. Like they're spending all their money. Because it'd be nice if like you had $100,000 and you could just buy whatever you want and like have money all the time. So whatever happens, but like the thing with Pokemon is you get to keep buying sets, and like technically the fastest way to get more and more money is to buy as much as possible and sell it, get profits, buy as much as possible. They think that's what they call trade and burn. But yeah, so like they had to pay the bills for Prismatic, but they've been taking pre-orders. But the thing about that is that like Pokeni had this video, and it seems to be a pretty popular video because when I look at his like the sorting for his most popular, like it's his 10th most popular video. It just came out 10 days ago, and most of these other videos they came out like a year ago. Like this one came out a month ago, but like seems like people are really interested in this topic in the rock set. Um, so a lot of stores they are not getting as much prismatic. Like, I know the prices for prismatic are like going crazy right now, but the thing is like if they don't have enough prismatic to sell, even if they sell it for a very high price, like it's only going to cover so many of their bills because they do have bills of like rents, utilities, like whatever, and so like they're going to be struggling to like kind of get money out of it because it's being because like if Pokemon only makes it gives a distributor let's say 1,000 boxes, more and more applicants are applying for prismatic boxes, and what they do is that they just kind of spread it out. It's like trying to share a pizza. Like pizza ideally has like maybe 8 people, there's 8 slices, but then you have 16 people, and you're like, okay, we have to share this one pizza with 16 people, and so you make 16 slices. If there's 32 people, you get like that's kind of how this distribution thing is happening right now. So like in the end, like it has the same effect. Like everyone ends up hungry, or maybe some people get like more, but like there's only so much more you can give someone, even if like they are a higher priority. Like you're like, oh, if you're bigger, then you should get the food or whatever. It actually is a pretty good analogy, I think. Um, so yeah, people are trying to figure out how to make money, and so some people were probably holding on to Surging Sparks boxes, and they are selling them. Or also, there's a lot of people since there are a lot of people in the hobby who are getting the slice of the pie. A lot of these sellers will be like newer sellers, like this guy over here has like 11 sales. This guy has 20 sales because they're probably people who they either had distribution or they bought at the wholesale price and they're just trying to get the profits out. So that's why you see a lot of these one-off sales. And so part of the reason why people fear the reprint is that um, since there's enough quantity, like if you get any sort of race to one effects, it will affect pricing. Um, it's not as simple as like, oh well, like there's only so many, and then like once these sell out, the next one gets sold out. No, like someone else is gonna want to make the sale at some point for a reason. They're gonna need the money. If they need the money, and they have low confidence, um, either themselves or like they're seeing the trends and everyone else has confidence, that's when you get panic selling, and that's kind of what's gonna happen with certain sparks. So when our preprint does come, and everyone knows it's gonna come, they just don't know when and how much. It's gonna go down, so people are just trying to make sell ahead of time. So I would say if you're new, um, depending how much like let's say you bought a case of it and you still have it all. Some people say like buy some, keep some. If you just need that emotional sort of reassurance to sleep at night, long term it'll do well. But like most even the short term people are like you're gonna be able to get it again most likely. So like it's so high that you might as well sell it. But yeah, so like when you think about it, if you bought a case and you sell 3 of them, well if you bought it for around the like $120 around like pre-release, then you'll be making almost all your money back, and then you kind of sleep easy because you pretty much got those extra 3 boxes for free, and you kind of had to like learn how to let go of like of winning every single dollar that you could have made because that's just not how investing works most of the time. Like everyone wants to be like, oh, I invested in Evolving Skies, and that was I put all my money into it, and like like the most one of the best investments you could have made was put all your money in searching into Evolving Skies that you could, like literally every dollar, and waiting for it to go up and then selling it because it has like pretty much the best appreciation of like all Pokemon products. Like there's more, but it just like it's a really strange outlier. But that's not really how it fully works. You're gonna take risks. You have to count for like things are gonna happen. You're not really sure how the set's gonna go, and you want to stay safe. So, um, yeah, like if you only have a little bit, then like like you have to sometimes you have to learn these lessons, and then to go do them, and it's kind of like the next cycle of Pokemon you'll get it better. But when you're first going to do this and you know experience and you never made money, you have no experience selling, like you don't. This is especially for people who have no experience selling, because selling is pretty hard for a lot of people. If you have an eBay or whatever, for some people it's quick and easy. They go eBay, Facebook Marketplace, it's quick and easy. But it might not get views on your eBay store, and you don't know about fees, you don't know about how to set up. You might sell it too late. You don't know shipping, you don't know how to deal with customers, and then like with Facebook Marketplace, you don't really maybe you don't have the time to handle the low ballers or whatever. So that's just the thing. Okay, I'm getting a little rambling. Let's see. So anyway, people are thinking, even bigger investors, they are thinking of selling in January, because they think the price is going to drop. Um, and but they know streamers will still need it, and also another product that money's probably going to is Journey Together. Um, I have some stuff on Battle Partners here, which is the Japanese version. But yeah, people are gonna start having to put money into it. Even if people think it's not a good set, like the way Pokemon works, is that Pokemon's like, hey, months in advance, I need to know how much you want, put in an order, and I'll let you know how much it is. And like when demand is so high, like you might say, oh, I want 1,000, knowing you'll get 100. Um, but yeah, you have to have that cash available and stuff. And also, some people are on leverage, like so like they really have to pay their bills soon. That's why yeah, anyway, there's a lot of factors, but yeah, I would say stay safe and yeah, just think about what your strategy for searching sparks is. Like, it really does look like the high in the near immediate future might come pretty soon, and you want to just get in and like have your position settled kind of before that. Like, if you can have stomach to hold it, hold it. If not, then maybe sell some. All right, thanks. Bye.